Alright, yo, welcome back to the More Wisdom channel. Leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this every day. Let's get straight into it right now.
Not as good as Battlefield 3, it's not as good as Battlefield 4, it's not as good as Battlefield 1. It's better than 2042, and it's better than Battlefield 5. Somewhere in there.
A lot of the Call of Duty community that have shifted over to Battlefield 6 really pissy and not happy about a Bloom system because it's very... It adds an element of RNG.
Cool, what? Dude, my guns are not working right now. Dude, how many bullets does it take? I lit that motherfucker up. Yeah, my bullets are not registering. My bullets are not
Yesterday that they have like 20 hours in BF6 and they love everything about it, except sometimes the hit detection is weird. I agree with that. There is no question, absolutely no question, that I have had many deaths in this game where I felt completely that I should have gotten the kill. Like I'm in front of them, I hear the hits, I don't see the damage, I don't see the registers, and I die. Bruh, am I low? What is, okay, that I don't get. That I don't get at all.
Of conversation around Bloom right now in the game. Obviously, a lot of diehard Battlefield fans. I think for the most part, love the fact that there's Bloom in the game and love the level of Bloom in the game just simply due to the more realism about it. Whereas obviously you're seeing a lot of the Call of Duty community that have shifted over to Battlefield 6 really pissy and not happy about a Bloom system because it's very... It adds an element of RNG. It adds an element of luck into the game. I'm not going to really pick sides. I'm not going to say it's good or bad. But basically, take a look at this clip. A lot of conversation going around about Bloom in the game right now. Too much or just fine. Look at the bullets just flying off into different directions when you hold down shoot. Now, I think this is created this way, to my knowledge, to promote burst firing your guns and not always just spraying your guns. Take a look at the comments. I think it's very realistic. Bullets don't hit the mark every time after zeroing, makes the game less TTK meta cancer, which I actually disagree with this last part. That doesn't make sense because it absolutely will create a meta. Everyone will always go for the weapon / build with the least Bloom, and I fully agree with that. I feel like the COD community shouldn't just go in there and take away from what they already have if they enjoy it. But that's the thing that the COD community and a lot of people that are coming over to Battlefield 6 for the first time or Battlefield for the first time are not liking.
Actually, in a weird way, I'm not a Bloom enjoyer because I prefer set recoil patterns, but it somewhat works in this game, and I think it works quite well. I don't think they needed to up the Bloom. I think that was a little crazy. Although, since I know how to tap fire and burst fire, it's like it's not even really there. It feels kind of the same as the beta to me, because in the beta I was doing the same thing.
Full 6 players, listen, we need to talk.
I think we're done hearing what y'all have to say, but go ahead.
Right now, I am a Call of Duty player.
Oh, we know.
This goes out to the medics, okay, the support. If you are a medic or support, res your freaking teammates, you ass.
No one is going to res you if you're not playing the objective.
But if you want to be a medic, not only do you have to shoot in the field, you gotta res everybody.
That just lets me know that you don't know how the role is actually supposed to be played. Medics don't just res teammates. They also provide you with health, ammo, and cover with the smoke grenades. Your job as the assault, which I think is the class you're playing, is to push the objective. And you also said something else at the end of this.
So being a Call of Duty player, I'm telling you Battlefield players, you dads, you uncles.
Dads and uncles, you and Swag is pushing 30. Y'all need to stop. Like and subscribe for more gaming content.
Full 6 players, listen.
Yeah.
I am very tired of streamers who are speaking on games with A, not having played them, B, assuming they're an authority on them, and then C, trying to make them something they're not.
It needs battle pass for sure and ranked game modes.
Oh, this I don't like. You should not be able to use 2 primaries.
It's like there is actually a niche opening up for no frills, stripped back, honest, realistic war simulation games, where that was at one point, that was the goal for everyone.
What was the f***ing Battlefield game that came out that looked like Roblox that everyone had a ton of fun with? It was like BattleBit or something. Do you want to know why so many people loved that game? Is because it literally brought them back to 64 v 64 chaos on a map without any sense of ranked, any sense of sweat lords who haven't touched grass in a year. I don't need streamers ruining my games before launch. Like, this is meant to be a casual experience, like not super sweaty.
I just feel like even in Modern Warfare 2, man, like in 2009, people were like doing this kind of, had this attitude where it was like, oh, you're just there to f***ing kill and have fun.
Oh, come on, get me, please. Please, teammate.
I got shotgun.
Medic. He went downstairs. Pops.
Oh, they're taking A. They're taking A.
Pops. Oh my God.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
I have a medic in the room with me. I don't know what he's doing. Pops.
They don't be resing you.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm not gonna lie, that clip is just hilarious. Pops, res me, medic. And then his homie's like, hey, they're not reviving you. I'm like, bro, of course they're not reviving him, bro. Nah, that is just hilarious to me. The bro does not want to revive anybody, and then he's over here begging people to revive him after that. That is just hilarious. And now I did show you the clip of him, you know, not reviving and kind of just going for kills. After saying he doesn't revive, that's not him, that's not the thing he does. And then right after now, he's literally wanting to get revived. But you know, he does actually revive in the game too. I'll show you a clip of that. So obviously he does, you know, actually play it like it's Battlefield sometimes and actually revives people. Alright, so obviously I'm just messing around right there. I've seen faze swagg revive a couple of times in game, right? But it does seem like that's the main thing he's doing, is not reviving and actually just going for kills, mainly like it's Call of Duty, obviously. And yeah, I can see why people have a problem with that. It's literally you trying to play Battlefield like it's Call of Duty. Why not play it like it's Battlefield? You're actually gonna get way better of a result too in game if you play the game properly. You know what I'm saying? If you keep trying to play it like it's Call of Duty, you're gonna run into these same type of problems and issues, right? And bro, it's so funny how he's sitting there screaming for the medic, screaming for the revive. It's literally like you are the same person that is on your team now. You're feeling what your teammates are feeling, because basically anybody that's gonna be on Swagg's team in game in Battlefield 6, if you just randomly queue up and see that he's on your team, hey, if you happen to be near him, you're probably not gonna get revived, or you're definitely not gonna be like priority for him, right? He's definitely not looking at the screen being like, all right, I see these symbols popping up showing me that my teammates are down that need to be revived. That's not priority for me. My priority is, let me get these clips, let me get these kills, let me get the most kills in the game, all this stuff, right? Playing it like it's Call of Duty, essentially.
So I'm playing this like 2 days before it comes out. Oh, I got hit with a tank by Nugget Man.
Alright, so some people think that streamers could be ruining Battlefield 6 still, and that the streamers could be turning Battlefield 6 into Call of Duty. As you can see from this comment, bro's trying to bunny hop in the first 10 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are my first games. Ladies and gentlemen, these are my...
And then bro's gonna get cooked for saying mastery camos. Why does he have motion blur on? They actually gave this bozo early access. That's crazy.
Second weekend, that shit not hit the same as the first weekend. I don't know why. I literally had zero motivation to play it. I don't know what it was. And then Call of Duty's not doing anything. So that's why I kind of, for the last couple weeks, I've just been planning the sleepover. Like, I've been wanting to plan like cool events and just something exciting and entertaining for y'all to watch too.
Above! Yeah, no, chat. The audio is, like I said, it's so deceiving. Dude, no shot, we traded it. Oh no, I didn't trade it, I just died. What the? Are you kidding me?
What do you mean? The newer game mode that has come into gaming, the Battle Royale, is overdone. How is that possible?
Wow, primitive. Gentlemen, this is going to be my honest review of Battlefield 6.
What do you think? Very nice. Look at that.
Because I can't get any kill streaks or anything like that, I like to go for clips. So basically, I'm not getting any clips by sitting on a flag and capping it. I'm just being honest. I'm not getting any clips by repairing my tank. I don't care. What are you, 8? Somebody said, how about you play Battlefield the right way? If the only rebuttal you have is play the objective, bro, I mean, I guess. What? And I kind of love it. All the Reaver kids and all the movement kids have already migrated over to the Battlefield community and already doing crazy clips, movement exploits, and just making insane rage-bait clips on Twitter. OG Battlefield players not gonna like this one. This is what happens when a COD player plays. They don't like seeing the movement clips because they're afraid that other players are gonna adapt to that sort of movement. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys gotta adapt. The game will always be successful if you cater to every single audience.
Enough from the clown.
I'm just running straight at him. This is probably so dumb.
The smoke grenades are kind of like actually good.
Yeah, they're really good, especially as medic.
Yeah, they're actually.
Ladies and gentlemen, they say this is the mastery camo in Battlefield 6. Let's check it out. Nah, that's tough. Nah, Battlefield 6 did their big one. That actually looks really, really good for a mastery camo. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, 60 hours of what? No, probably like a week of grinding for that camo. I say it's worth it. That's tough. Gatekeep it, all right? And we're not gonna come. Call of Duty people are not gonna come to Battlefield and ruin it. I mean, what are we talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we're human beings who, you know, may like the video game that you play. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like the people say, oh, you're a cheating streamer, you're gonna come over here and start cheating. I mean, that's just pure delusion at that point. I can't really help that argument or that conversation because if you're saying that, you're just an idiot. You're just dumb. I'm just sorry. You're just dumb. But like I said, I'm just another human being who just had fun playing the game. I really did have fun playing Battlefield 6.
All right, now that was obviously talking about swag with the whole movement within Call of Duty, you know, over to Battlefield 6. But now let's go over this clip of him supposedly hacking within Battlefield 6. And then there was a bunch of comments about it too. I kind of want to go over.
Hey, chat, I'm gonna be honest, that looked crazy as I'm not gonna care. That looked crazy as but y'all can't say anything because I genuinely am not. Nah, that looked crazy as I'm not gonna care. That looked crazy.
All right, so he just kept saying that it looked crazy, right? Obviously saying that his aim and the whole fact that it looked like he was hacking right there, that looked crazy. Now, he could have been doing some stuff and trying to just, you know, clip farm or whatever and try and do that on purpose, but look at the comments, bro. Everybody legit thinks that he was hacking right there. I'm not going to say anything for sure. Obviously, I wasn't there. I don't know if he plugged something in, if he went to LAN and literally plugged in some type of, you know, device to start hacking, whether it's like a Cronus on his controller or whatever, bro. I don't know what he did or if anything. Honestly, I'm not going to say either because I don't know, right? Y'all just let me know down below in the comments. What do y'all think? Do y'all think he's actually hacking from that clip right there? Yeah, obviously, it's like hard to tell, but in this next clip, he was talking about wanting kill streaks again in Battlefield after the beta.
I feel like a UAV kill streak would punch on this. Or am I about to get clipped, Dev? Dev, am I about to get clipped?
Yeah, if I was you, bro, I would just shut up, bro.
I would just chill.
just vibes, man.
Chat, wouldn't kill streaks punch on Battlefield 6?
Hey, just vibe, bro. Just vibe.
I'm gonna get his cancel twin, no kizzy.
You can have sending death threats all because you want a UAV in the game, bro.
Oh, Battlefield 6 is actually going to be fixing one of the more obnoxious and tedious elements of gameplay so far. Pretty much everyone is currently trying to complete the various assignments and challenges that are available to unlock new gear, new weapons, new gadgets, things of that nature. Unfortunately, some of the challenges that you need to complete in order to get certain elements for the various different classes are incredibly frustrating and maybe a little bit over the top, like for instance, getting a ton of 200-meter headshots to progress the recon class assignments. However, the devs have confirmed that they are aware of the frustrations regarding the challenges themselves, and they are working on reviewing them and will end up actually adjusting several of these at some point in the future.
Battlefield 6 has a major problem. See, Battlefield 6 has this mode called Portal, which allows people to create custom experiences and share them with friends. And out of the kindness of their heart, DICE allowed any Portal mode to actually allow you to complete challenges and grind XP. What they may or may not have been expecting though was for people to absolutely exploit the crap out of this and create XP farms, which allows them to gain insane progression really fast. This allows people to basically max out any weapon they want, which completely upsets the new player experience. And in the next update, they will be addressing.
This lighting is so bad, you can't see.
Battlefield 6 has a major problem. Here's the backstory. This past week, Battlefield 6 launched with tremendous success, launching with 700,000 active players on launch day, breaking their all-time record. But while the community was celebrating, a big issue showed up in gunfights. Players pulled the trigger and enemies seemed to dodge bullets better than Neo from the Matrix. The reason for this is Bloom. Bloom is an invisible cone that widens as you keep firing, pushing bullets off target. Bloom hurts 3 things: fairness, consistency, and pacing. That means burst fire becomes mandatory if you want your bullets to fly straight. You won't find Bloom in Apex, Fortnite, or Call of Duty.
However, the guns and the classes, they definitely could use a bit of balancing. In a 32 versus 32, there should not be any more than 10 engineers on each team just sitting in the buildings, raining hellfire down on your tanks, or repairing the tanks up from the back. They're impossible to destroy. It's either too much explosives that your tank is completely gone anytime you drive through a road with 30 fucking thousand landmines on it, or you can't destroy a tank at all because all the engineers are just sitting on the roof of it, just repairing that.
You feel like your weapon bloom is just out of control in Battlefield 6? Well, you're probably right. The devs had said there is a known issue with bloom, and we're going to get into that. But before we do, make sure you hit subscribe right here on the channel to stay up to date on all things Battlefield 6. Thank you all so much, man. We're getting so close to 5K. So, one of the lead developers over at Battlefield on Twitter said that the beta bug was fixed for Bloom, but they have identified 2 new issues that impact dispersion and Bloom in an unintended way that will cause you to have more dispersion at times. The team is working on this, and we're looking at a general balance tuning of dispersion too. So, hopefully this is fixed soon. Let me know what you guys think about the Bloom down below.
Alright.
Alright, I've got some bad news, guys. Time to kill or time to death is absolutely broken, right? So I'm laying here probably 100 meters plus out, 3-shot, 4-shot kills, right? No problem, right? Just pop, 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 right? And then you look at this clip right here, turn the corner, unloading almost an entire mag into the guy, nothing, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get revived here. Just wait, right? And I see the guy over by the car. Look at this. Look at this. Look, you see how many hit markers that was? And that was like, what, under 50 meters? Like, honestly, the game needs a lot of work if this is what they're going to consider hit reg.
I'm trying to survive against like 9 people. I'm round the corner on that second bit of bullet damage, man. He wasn't looking at me!
This is a problem, a massive problem, and it's not the only one. We need to talk about it right now. Use EA supporter creator code GetGoodGuy when purchasing EA products. Battlefield 6 has very good bones. There's a game inside all of this that I truly believe can be very good, but there are serious issues at release that are hugely hurting my enjoyment of the game, and judging by my stream chat, YouTube comments, and general discussion on social media, it may well be the same for you. You can let me know in the comments, of course. The gunfights are a mess, to put it very simply. We've waited a long time for this game to save us from Battlefield 2042, so it's a real shame to be dealing with this.
No! Netcode!
And this is only the first problem we're covering today. It's a good time to say thanks for all the recent subscribers, and if you'd like to subscribe today for more content like this, then great. I appreciate you boosting me towards 100,000 subscribers finally. Thank you very much. So, what's causing this specific problem? Well, it seems to actually be a mixture of elements. Some of this being speculation and other aspects having been confirmed. Hit registration issues are being investigated currently, so we hope for an eventual fix. Essentially, it's felt by many that the rounds simply don't land damage consistently, that each time you fire a bullet at someone, you have to roll the dice and hope you'll get the desired outcome of hurting the enemy, and thus standing a chance of killing them and staying alive. It's like stacking layers of issues, because I strongly feel that the netcode overall is just bad, that there can be way too large a desync between your perspective and the enemy perspective for it to be acceptable.
I'd love to watch that back.
You can only react to what's happening on your screen, so if you outplay the enemy from your perspective and then still die because the game basically took the option away from you to win, that's infuriating. Not so bad now and again, but wildly maddening if it happens all the time.
People's computers for Battlefield 6. I didn't believe it until this one showed up to my store. Let's see what's happening when people turn on Secure Boot.
We're gonna see what this PC does right now. So this guy brought it to Best Buy and they said either his motherboard or his CPU has failed. So right now we have a red CPU light lit on the debug light. It just switched to a VGA light, which is red, and it just switched to a boot light. And now it should be booted, but we have nothing on the screen. The fact that it cycled to VGA and then to boot, that typically means that it's booting. It's been about a minute, we have no activity, let's try it again. We pulled the CMOS battery out. I'm sure that Best Buy tried that, but you never know. Now that it's out, we're gonna spam the power button. Same exact thing. I'm taking out the graphics card now because the model of the motherboard is printed under it. And just before I go and start working with BIOS, I'm gonna throw another graphics card in here just for gigs. Same thing. So we formatted a flash drive as FAT32. You do that just by right-clicking your flash drive, hitting format, and then making sure it's FAT32. We copied in the latest BIOS file, rename this to msi.rom. I'm going to just short the battery versus taking it out right now. So that's just holding this on those two pins saying battery. You can take the battery out and then spam power button, but same thing. We stick the flash drive into the BIOS flash drive slot. We're gonna hit flash BIOS. Bing. It should blink longer than like 5 seconds if it's working. It shouldn't do anything, but I do have a suspicion. I'm going to take out both solid states right now. I'm gonna attempt to flash the BIOS again with the button now that both SSDs are out. Shut down for a few seconds. And solid. So here I have an 8 GB SanDisk that I converted to MBR, and also it is FAT32 and only has msi.rom file. I'm going to short the battery button, and now I'm going to press the flashback button. Alright, I think it might actually be flashing now. Okay, now we leave it for a long time. We did just have display for a second. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, so this is a BIOS issue all day long. We're not breaking computers, we're breaking BIOSes. I did not believe that changing to secure boot was breaking hardware. I just didn't. It sucks that the BIOS reset by removing the battery doesn't work. But here we are. So here we have both of his NVMEs, both are Western Digital Blacks. We're gonna figure out which one has his Windows on it. And I just wanna mention that Best Buy said that either his motherboard or his CPU had failed. Just gonna throw that out there again.